The blockchain and cryptocurrency space are absolutely crazy because there's literally free money just floating around. Sure, lots of people have been making sick gains from crypto prices going up, but lots of other people are getting free money in the form of crypto airdrops. And it's pretty common for some of these airdrops to exceed $10,000 for normal users and sometimes as much as $100,000 or more for advanced users. Sounds pretty unbelievable, right? Well, not in crypto. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how this is happening and what you can do to position yourself to take advantage of these airdrops as they happen again in the future. You know, some strategies that you can take. I'm going to talk about this as a blockchain developer who works with technology on a daily basis. So before we get into that, you know, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn how to master blockchain step-by-step, start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. And last but not least, what I'm saying in this video is not to be designed to be financial advice. There's no guarantee of any kind of return that you're going to make on this. But let's see how this works so you can break down a strategy to give you the best shot that you can. All right, so one of the main reasons I'm making this video is because we just saw one of the biggest airdrops in crypto history go down with the Ethereum name service, or ENS. Okay, we've been talking about this pretty extensively on the live streams that we do Monday through Friday in this channel. Just subscribe, turn on notifications down below. You'll find out about these whenever we go live. We cover a lot of these projects before this type of stuff happens, okay? We had lots of people in those live streams getting, you know, $10,000 or more, okay, from these airdrops, like the one we had with ENS. So let's talk about how it works, because basically this is pretty critical for you to understand if you're going to actually take advantage of these airdrops in the future. So basically, you had just have used the ENS protocol before a certain date, which was, I believe it was October 31st. All right, so unfortunately, if you didn't do that then you can't get this airdrop, okay? But I'm talking about, again, how you can, you know, look for strategies that can help you position yourself for future airdrops. So, but we've been talking about ENS for a long time on this channel. I've done videos on how to use ENS. So if you've been watching this channel and actually followed through on those videos, you'd be eligible for this. We've done videos about it as the Blockchain Mastery Program, how to be a developer and use ENS. If you've been following those as well, you'd be eligible. But let's just talk about how the airdrop works. So ENS basically is like a domain name service for blockchain wallets. So you think about like DNS. So like if you're registering a domain name on the internet, things like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or whatever, you go to those websites and you buy a domain and then you point it to your website. Well, this is pretty similar. It's blockchain based. So you have an ENS.eth, so this .eth handle here. It's like a social handle for your crypto wallet that makes it easier to read, and you can point it to that wallet. So ENS is actually decentralizing. It's turning into a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO, where the protocol is governed by token holders, kind of like shareholders of a company. And so in order for that organization structure to work, it's got to have tokens. And so they create this cryptocurrency and they actually distribute it to people who have used the platform before. So they want people governing the DAO who already have skin in the game, which are past users of the protocol itself. And so that's where the airdrop comes into play. They basically take a snapshot of everybody who's used the app on the blockchain, because this is all public record. And then they say, like, you know, whoever's using the longest gets the most. Whoever's used the core features, they're rewarded, you know, proportionally to that. And then they basically allocate you tokens, and then you go into the app and then claim them. So just for clarification here, it's not a real airdrop in the sense of, you know, it just appears in your wallet. You do have to claim it and pay a small gas fee. But in many cases, that, you know, fee is way less than the amount that you'd be claiming. So this is not the first airdrop that we've seen like this. This is actually becoming a pretty established pattern, and I likely see it continuing on because the ENS airdrops have been pretty successful. We've seen in the past with the Uniswap airdrop that happened last year. We covered it on this channel, did lots of videos about Uniswap before that happened. We had lots of people get $10,000 plus in that airdrop as well. But in that case, you had to use Uniswap with multiple wallets, okay? But in this case, if you just had one ENS domain name that you'd registered for about 2 years and actually set the settings to point to your wallet, it'd been very easy for you to exceed that amount of money, okay? That's just for a normal user. And that's one thing that's so amazing about crypto is, like, normal people can go in and just use stuff, pay a small amount of money to do it, but then they get, you know, this big exposure to crypto for just a small amount of work. Like, you don't have to be just rich to buy in. And that's one of the reasons I'm so, you know, bullish on Web 3.0 as opposed to Web 2.0, because you don't really hear about this type of thing happening in Web 2.0. And I'll talk about that more here in a minute. And like I said, we've seen, you know, that happen with other applications as well, you know, DYDX and a lot more. So I don't think this is gonna be the last time we see this type of thing. I do think we'll see more airdrops in the future. And now I don't have any, you know, inside track on specific apps that are gonna do this. I don't have any insider information, but I've seen how this has played out in the past. So let's talk about a strategy that you can actually implement to help, you know, increase the likelihood that you'd be eligible for one of these in the future. Not a guarantee, but increase the likelihood of? Well, it's actually kind of simple, and it's just use a lot of stuff, okay? So we've seen this where lots of applications are rewarding past users who have been loyal to the platform before they announce they're going to do a token. That's the whole point, is to incentivize people to, you know, retain them in their community by giving them free money. Because I mean, there's something that really affects a person when you're like, oh man, like I got all this money for basically nothing. It has a way of enduring, you know, loyalty to these projects whenever they do that type of thing, because it really leaves an impression on somebody. And now, so basically what you would do is you first of all, you need a Ethereum wallet, like a MetaMask wallet or just some blockchain wallet, and to start using applications. So, you know, if you're just using ENS, just whatever the basic function of the app is, just register a domain name. If you just bought that and set it up, you would have been eligible for this. Same thing on Uniswap. What's the basic functionality of that application? Is to perform a swap. If you just performed a simple swap on Uniswap with any account, then you would have done that. Now, some people are gaming the system and they're doing it with multiple wallets, all right, just touching multiple applications and getting, you know, airdrops that way. Same thing would have happened here with ENS if you bought multiple domain names across multiple wallets. Typically, they threw out people who have multiple in the same wallet, but that's another strategy, is multiplying your exposure by doing it across, you know, multiple wallets. So now there's a caveat here, which is this is getting kind of expensive on the Ethereum network. For sure, but I do think that we're going to see these kinds of incentives happen on other networks as well, also on Ethereum Layer 2s. As Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solutions like Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, and others start to take off and actually gain popularity, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw like liquidity mining incentives where you can go put in cryptocurrency and, you know, get, you know, other cryptocurrencies as a reward for doing that. And also these types of retroactive airdrops where if you could just go in these in environments where it's a lot cheaper to use applications and just make simple transactions on everything, then you greatly increase, you know, your exposure to those applications and potentially get an airdrop that way. All right, so now I want to talk about some potential applications that could be some pretty obvious options here for the strategy that I'm talking about. Okay, so full disclosure ahead of time, I don't have any insider information on this. Okay, this is all just publicly available information, and I'm just connecting the dots to see what's possible. There's no guarantee this is going to happen, but if you just follow the train of logic here, it seems like it's pretty likely. All right. So again, there's no guarantee of any kind of financial gain from what I'm talking about, but just bear with me here. So let's talk about who could potentially drop a token in the future, some pretty likely candidates, and why. So one reason that people drop tokens in the first place, one big benefit for these protocols is to create loyalty from the customers, okay? So we saw this pretty early on with like Uniswap and SushiSwap. They've had kind of a competitive relationship from day one because, you know, SushiSwap launched a vampire attack on the Uniswap liquidity. And then one of the big answers to that was dropping the Uniswap token. Now, it had other benefits of creating the DAO, of course, and decentralizing, but that was also a big benefit in and of itself. You could look at other major crypto applications that have massive user bases that don't have tokens yet, where there is lots of potential for competition to enter the space, where it'd be in the incentive of the market leader to airdrop tokens to help retain customer loyalty. So let's look at a couple examples of that. So we got news recently that Coinbase is going to actually create a desktop wallet extension. So you can see the latest update for Coinbase wallet extension brings a full standalone functionality, browse dApps, trade thousands of assets on decentralized exchanges, and earn DeFi and staking, collect NFTs. So that sounds pretty similar to what MetaMask does, which is by far the largest desktop wallet for Ethereum and other crypto, like other blockchains and dApps. All right, so we see some competition coming in the space for MetaMask because they have so many users. And guess what MetaMask does not have? It does not have a cryptocurrency, okay? And so we actually see some more breadcrumbs about this. People ask me, hey, could MetaMask ever airdrop a token? All right, so Joseph Lubin, founder of Consensus, is actually replying to this. And he says, you know, when mask tokens, stay tuned. So there's lots of breadcrumbs here that make it very likely that MetaMask could, you know, airdrop a token. Now, there's some speculation on how they would able to actually, like, who would be eligible for this. Some people say if you just use MetaMask. MetaMask also has a swap feature where it lets you trade cryptocurrencies, and that's actually, you know, built into some sort of smart contract mechanism. So some people think the only way for MetaMask to actually capture users in a decentralized way would be to see who's ever used the swap feature. So that might be one part of it, or they might be able to find a way to take a snapshot of people who just use the app in general. So the biggest way to increase your likelihood would be able to just use a MetaMask wallet, make transactions, but maybe also use the swap feature. All right, so another big project that potentially has a token coming in the future. Again, no guarantees, but just connecting the dots here. Hear me out, follow my train of logic. Let's look at this. So another big announcement from Coinbase is Coinbase NFT project is coming soon. Where you can basically, add NFTs for your profile and also buy and sell them in a marketplace. Right? So it sounds pretty familiar to another major decentralized application, OpenSea, which by far is the largest NFT marketplace in the entire crypto Web 3.0 space, and is ripe for competitors to enter the space because you can see all the on-chain activity for OpenSea, how many, billions of dollars have flowed through the protocol. So lots of competitors want to, capture some of this market share. So they're a prime candidate because they don't have a cryptocurrency yet either. And so what would be some ways that you could, increase the likelihood that you could be eligible for this? Well, it would look like basically probably either buying or selling an NFT on OpenSea or both. That seems to be the pretty, simple for OpenSea that most people would have done. All right, so that's an overview of how people are just getting tons of money for free in the crypto space and how you can potentially position yourself for these same opportunities too. Like these airdrops are becoming more and more common because people are seeing that this actually works and it's a viable way of bootstrapping Web 3.0 communities for transitioning to decentralized organizations with DAOs, okay? And, we've seen some massive airdrops lately, people getting $10,000 or more. And I don't think this is going to be the last time that we see this type of thing. These are some strategies that you can use to position yourself to increase the likelihood that you could be eligible for these. No guarantee, of course, not financial advice. There's no promise of gain here, but those are some strategies that you can take. And these are some potential candidates for tokens in the not too distant future. All right. So hope you like this video. As always, smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That really helps these videos out so that more people can learn about blockchain. And if you're as fast at this technology as I am, you want to get your hands dirty, how can you get started today? Well, you can go to my YouTube homepage. You can find my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a master's shortcut entirely, I should become a blockchain master step-by-step start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.